Hello everybody, this is Lena from Infected Rain and you're watching Rockflesh.com.
So, Rockflesh.com, back on the gig circuit. We've done Bloodstock, we've done Radar, we're back to the gigs, the autumn gigs. And we've got Lena from the amazing Infected Rain.
Thank you.
So, it's been a long summer for you guys actually, hasn't it? Massive summer tour, you've only got tonight and Swindon?
Tomorrow, yep.
Yeah. So how's it been?
Absolutely amazing. Honestly, it's been great every single day on tour. We met so many new fans and so many older people, older fans that have seen Infected Rain before, and it really warms our heart to see that people come back and bring friends. That's how it works, you know, so that's how you spread the word and like help out the band. So thank you so much for doing that. We are super happy to be here this time headlining a show. We played in the UK before many times, but it was either a festival or a support tour. So it was really nice. Yesterday London sold out, today is also sold out. So we are very, very excited for tonight. It's going to be a treat because for club shows only, we prepared actually a really, really unique and long set list.
I was going to ask about that. I was going to say the difference between a festival set and a headline set. So.
Well, it depends on the festival. For instance, we headline tomorrow's Day of Deprivation Festival, so they give us quite decent time on stage. Normally, though, if it's a lot of bands and you don't play last as a special guest or headliner, then normally you have like 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. It depends on the festival,
but
right?
Even less, maybe.
Even less sometimes. I mean, Bloodstock was very nice to us. We had a pretty decent set list for a festival that big. We played at a decent hour as well, actually. So, but not every festival is like that, and so we decided to prepare a separate set list for club shows. That way, people that have seen Infected Rain at Bloodstock can, experience something slightly different during a club show, and actually be motivated to come and see a band in a 2 weeks difference, know. So
exactly.
Oh,
perfect. Well, we caught you at Bloodstock, so we got the photos. It was absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And we were going to catch you for an interview there, but you were so busy.
No, actually, the problem was we were in traffic.
Oh, right.
For so long. We were supposed to arrive early morning, like in the night, at the territory of the festival, but the traffic was so insane that our driver had to stop for the mandatory hours, and we were quite late. I was literally doing makeup in the moving vehicle, which happens, but it's just sometimes logistics work against you.
I was going to say, it's the life of being on tour so much, and you guys have got absolutely tons of touring coming up, haven't you, as well?
Give or take every year, especially lately we've been doing around 100 shows, after this summer tour we actually have 2 weeks of hopefully a little bit of family time. And then we go back for the first time. We are going to play in Australia with supporting actually amazing Cradle of Filth.
Fantastic.
And after that, right away we go to Japan, China, and then Latin America.
Amazing.
It's a busy year.
Is that the first time visiting those places as a band?
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. So it just shows that it's still growing but it shows that you're growing as a band.
Thank you so much. I think so. I mean, unfortunately, the main reason why we haven't been playing in further countries or more unique countries like that is because of visa situation. Unfortunately, the rules for Moldovan citizens can be a little different, and it was quite difficult for us to even to go to the US. We went to our first US tour was like right after COVID. Imagine the band starts in 2008 and just now goes outside Europe.
Yeah,
you know?
no, exactly.
It's been a journey. We've been independent for a while, so
Yeah.
there was nobody that could like back us up for these visas and documents, and it's a long story, so much bureaucracy and politics, and we don't like to deal with that, but we try to do everything possible to play in every single country of the world if possible. So
Exactly, and it's almost like the fans around the world who have been following you for a long time, who haven't been able to see you, they'll have even that more hunger. So I guess where you have seen that already, and you'll see that even more, it's that energy from the crowd, and how much, obviously, as a band like yourselves that are so energetic on stage and so passionate on stage, how important is that kind of feedback and
it is
that
very
connection?
important. It is. I'm going to be honest with you. Definitely when the crowd is, because I mean, there is no bad crowd, okay?
No.
Just so we are clear. There is no bad crowd. There is smaller crowd, bigger crowd, and there is a little bit more energetic crowd and less energetic crowd. Now, there are some countries in Europe that are famous for having a very respectful and less energetic crowds, but they are insanely respectful. They will clap after every song. They will cheer and call you back, you know, for like more songs, and they will support by, you know, buying that extra, you know, poster or merchandise. However, they don't go crazy during the concert, right? They are more like respectful towards each other. I guess they enjoy the music. They want to just listen, right? And there are other crowds that they are there to listen but also to have fun, so they are going nuts, right? And of course the crowd that is going nuts, it motivates you also to move more, to give more, for sure, but we don't judge, because we learned that this is just a cultural thing, and it's nothing, it has nothing to do with the fact that, you know, they don't like your music or something. So we
Is their way of showing that they like your music by being respectful
and
of
by
it.
being there. So we appreciate you no matter what. Like, just the fact that you had the opportunity to, you know, buy your ticket and be there in person, put all your plans aside, and this is how you choose to spend your time. We are very grateful. If you feel like dancing around and jumping around, please do. If you don't, we still love you. So
perfect.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little, technically maybe, about your voice, because I think you am I right in saying you had your tonsils out a couple of years ago?
Yes, 2 years now. Yeah, it's going to be in December, second year.
Yeah, and how do you feel that changed your voice? Was it a positive aspect,
actually,
in fact?
Yes,
yeah,
very much so. And I wish someone told me that before, and I did it before. Unfortunately, I was already forced to do that because it really impacted my heart. I was born with them being, you know, bigger and yeah.
on cue. Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse you. I was saying that I discovered later on in my life that it's actually something that I have hereditary from my father. So I was born with a chronic angina, which is unfortunately something that impacted my heart a lot throughout my life. And only at age 36, I was actually able to remove them, because throughout my entire life, and plus, unfortunately, the COVID vaccines that I was, you know, I had to do because I was going on tour. Otherwise, I could not go back on tour.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they really impacted my heart even more. So the only thing I could do on my end after such a big damage was to at least remove them now. Now, the reason why I didn't remove them all my life was because I was always afraid to take such a big pause with the music. Because some people told me that you need, you know, months, and somebody, you know, needs half a year even to get back into singing, you know. I was terrified. I heard that your voice will change, not necessarily for the better.
You just don't know, do you? I suppose how
know.
it's going to change.
So I was so scared. I was not scared about the procedure itself.
Yep.
I had the time to heal, but I was scared because I worked so hard in this music industry for my vocals because I don't have a musical degree, and I've never studied music before I joined the band, and I felt like I have to do triple the work.
I see.
You know, and I still do. I still put insane amount of work every single day before a show, before a rehearsal, before any recording. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified. However, my vocal teacher, Melissa Cross, she was very supportive, and she said, you're gonna sound even better.
Yep.
I know that for sure. I will help you recover. As soon as you're allowed to talk, we will slowly start warming you up into singing, which she did, and it helped so much. Now,
we've got bikers going past all the time.
now, granted, it's quite logical to understand that, I mean, our throat is such a big little, you know, like such a little space, right? Imagine that space being like taken by something that is not supposed to be there, or that size at least, right? For the voice to resonate in a certain way to a certain level, it is better when you have more space, because it works almost like a special resonating machine.
Like a little cavern, almost.
Correct.
Yeah.
And as soon as that was not there and I was able to already sing, I could feel it. It was buzzing in my head. It was tickling my ear. Certain sensations that I used to feel in the past, but not to that degree, not that strong.
So it was like amplified almost.
Yes. And it's really, really crazy how much more energy I have on the physical level after removing them, because they were not okay, and I was never 100% okay. And you know, I honestly, I just wish I did it before. But if
it's fantastic you've done it. You've done it now. And
if we are talking about the sound itself, it is definitely difficult for me to say, oh yeah, I sound so much better. I can tell you on a on a physical level, I can tell you I feel this how the voice resonates. But everybody, including my vocal teacher, my bandmates, they all have said, because I had to record an album right after, and they all said that there's a change in the voice 100% in the better. So I'm very, very grateful for Melissa Cross for helping me. I'm very grateful for my family, you know, and even my boyfriend for babying me in that time, because I mean, I'm normally very, I'm not difficult when I'm sick, but I was so nervous for my voice that I didn't speak for 8 days, and I was only typing, so I don't damage anything,
It was that leap into the unknown, wasn't it? Until you actually tried to sing, talk again, you just didn't know, kind of thing.
I didn't know.
But I suppose you're saying like almost you feel more, I guess, more connected to your voice.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting question, maybe, because the music you do and the vocals and the lyrics you do with Infected Rain are very personal to you, very emotive and emotional. Yeah. Do you feel more connected to those songs now that you're able almost to do them the full justice that you wanted to?
Not really, no. I mean, with this album specifically, I mean, I wouldn't know how they would sound before.
That's true, yeah.
And I wouldn't know how really the older songs would sound. Like at the time, I wouldn't know. So I don't know. I don't think that that's a factor that matters as much, because emotion is something that you can deliver no matter what key you're singing, what difficult or not so difficult part you're singing. Emotion is emotion. It's about, you know, like the attitude. It's about the words themselves and what they mean to you. Now, because I write my own lyrics, I feel super connected to what I am doing on stage, because every time I go through those emotions, and some of them have healed me, and I go through them again stronger and more powerful and grateful for this journey, this healing journey. Some of them are still hurting me very much, and it's almost like a very cathartic, you know, because it's like fire with fire. But I prefer it, to be honest, because so far singing in Infected Rain, writing lyrics in Infected Rain, and performing with Infected Rain has done a better job than many therapists that have tried to help me. So
I think we've heard that from a lot of artists, certainly.
We
spoke with Mimi Barks, and she was very, very kind of vocal about that feeling, about doing music for a cathartic experience.
Yes.
And she said to us actually that she never realised the impact it would have on other people, and almost speaking on their behalf and connecting in that way. Is that something that you find, especially with, say, the meet and greets and those kind of things?
In a way, but I will be honest with you, maybe it will sound a little bit selfish, but I do make sure that in the first place that speaks to me.
Yes.
Because I'm just a human being and I have normal feelings just like you do, just like anybody else. And if the song can resonate with you and you can connect to it, I'm very happy, and I will be insanely grateful that you opened your heart and you let that song or that album actually help you in a difficult moment.
Yeah.
But it is not something I think about when I write it down. It is more for me like I said, like a therapy, and I put down first, just some ideas on the paper, and then actual like poems out of it, and then hopefully it will become lyrics for a song.
Sure.
Not everything becomes, but I started writing when I was a teenager, so I practiced that way before I joined the band, and it worked for me even when I was not singing and I was just writing that down.
It's still that process.
Yeah,
and it's actually, I suppose, it's almost just a further end point, isn't it, for those emotions when you're actually able to do it on stage, as it were. Let's do a couple of fun questions.
Yes.
Okay, so if Infected Rain were a drink, represented as a drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic, what drink would you be and why?
Oh wow, that's an interesting question. I mean, I'm not that familiar with all the drinks to know, but I think we would be a very spicy fresh juice that contains like certain spicy roots and maybe some cayenne pepper, but it's green and it's very healthy, but it is spicy.
Gives you a kick, but a good kick. That's the thing. That's important. Okay, so if there was to be a film of the band's life, who would play you in that film? Who would you like?
I mean, I have a few actresses that I really, really enjoy. That's very interesting. Well, I forget her last name. Her name is Tilda. She was in Narnia.
Swinton.
Thank you. I think she's absolutely amazing. She would be like my first pick. She can be anybody. She can be anything. She's amazing. I mean, if we talk about a certain type of beauty that I find very mesmerizing, is Angelina Jolie, and her skills in acting are just as amazing. I will stop there.
That's good. It's good. I like that. Okay, if you were to have Infected Rain Fest, who would you have as your 3 headliners?
Oh my God.
You can have yourself as one of the headliners if you want.
I mean, obviously. Then if we can, then we will be. I mean, if that's our festival, we will try to be. But I mean, I would love to have, I guess, Deftones. It's one of my go-to bands since I was.
It's almost like your comfort band,
I love Deftones with all my heart. Love the vocals, love the emotion. I learned to be emotional thanks to bands like Deftones when I write and
express. Which is your favourite album by Deftones?
Well, look,
they're of a time, aren't they, actually?
Yes,
it's a good example,
Yes, they are very different. I love everything he does with Crosses as well. Lately, I've been listening a lot of Crosses. But of course, if I am to choose one, I would go with either White Pony or Diamond Eyes. I've only seen them live one time. We never played before together yet. But
but they could welcome.
I said yet. For sure. I hope it does happen. Another band that I would love to like share the stage and cooperate and or collaborate in something like that would be Garbage.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely love Shirley Manson.
Yeah, and a very distinct voice as
Very,
well,
very,
you know, and that's one of the things, isn't it? Distinct sound. You know, your voice is very distinctive, but your band sound is very distinctive as well. That's the thing. So, yeah, no, I think that'd be a good collaboration. I think imagine you, Chino, and Shirley on stage together. That'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. Cool. So, can we expect, well, obviously we're expecting a lot of touring around the world from you in the next few months. How about next year? What can we expect? Some writing, recording?
We have a lot going on for next year already in the books. There is a January, February European tour coming up next. We are actually coming back to UK, so please do your homework and hopefully we can see you next time. But after that, we are in, in the talks for a US tour because they've been missing us. Yes. And yes, we are working on a new album next year. We are already actually putting some ideas together, but next year we are gonna record.
Really sit down and go for it. Yeah. Awesome. Brilliant. Thank you very much for spending some time with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Enjoy your long set tonight. We will.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll have the review, the photos, everything from it as well. But thank you very much. Enjoy the tour around the world.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Lena, from Infected Rain. We've been rockflesh.com. Like, subscribe, all the usual jazz, and we'll see you soon.